All will be well in the end. If it's not well, it's not the end. You cannot alter others, and attempting to do so is impolite. The default answer is no, until you inquire. There are two paths to success: doing it right, or doing it again. Cease anticipating others to respect you more than you respect yourself. I'm unaware of the recipe for success, but the formula for failure is attempting to satisfy everyone. Hope is not a viable plan. Never place trust blindly. It must be earned, not freely given. It's never too late to remove toxic individuals from your life. It requires a significant amount of time to recognize your true misery, and even longer to understand that it doesn't have to be that way. A wise individual can glean more from adversaries than a fool from companions. Life offers numerous opportunities to err, which equates to as many chances to succeed. Poor treatment from others reflects on them, not you. Those who claim you can't or won't are often fearful that you will. Don't overextend yourself for anyone. It diminishes your value. A rocking boat doesn't necessarily mean it's time to abandon ship. You'll encounter tough times, but they'll always reveal the good things you overlooked. The more self-aware you become, the less you'll be affected by external upsets. Trying to please everyone usually ends in pleasing no one. With determination, you can achieve anything. Stop chasing happiness. It's unrealistic to be happy all the time, and that's okay. After a problem is resolved, its simplicity is astonishing. If you're breaking a habit, tell yourself, "This is the first time I'm not doing it," instead of, "This is the last time I'm doing it." You won't be liked by everyone, so don't stress over it. Your past doesn't dictate your future. Sometimes, despite making all the right choices, you'll watch them fall apart. The key is to gather the pieces and keep going. Don't be so generous that you neglect your intelligence, or so clever that you forget your kindness. Nothing in life is worth the cost of worry. You'll stop justifying yourself when you realize people only comprehend from their own perspective. Someday isn't a real day, yet for some, it's their everyday reality. Don't cling to your mistakes just because they took time to make. Never take for granted the moments with those you hold dear. They could be gone in an instant. Embrace reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. Expecting the world to be fair because you are is like expecting a lion not to attack you because you didn't attack it. Don't obsess over perfection or control. You're not in control, and perfection is a myth. Regardless of your goodness, someone will always find fault with you. Waiting passively for change is like waiting for a train at a bus stop. Don't doubt your worth. That's what critics are for. Life requires challenges. If you get everything you want instantly, what's the point? Ignore criticism from those whose advice you wouldn't take. Reflection and knowledge are power. Without them, you're powerless. Eventually, you'll understand that no one has a say in your life unless you allow it. The cave you fear holds the treasure you seek. Speak no more than you wish to be heard. Do no less than what you wish to be done. Mistakes don't define you. Your response to them does. Train your mind to find the good in every situation and the best in every event. Stop expecting universal agreement. Skill can elevate you, but character keeps you there. Everything can be stripped from a person except one: freedom. The choice of attitude in any situation, the choice of one's path. Be open to revising your self-image as you gain life experience. Pursuing someone won't enhance your value. It's the pursuit of morality and dignity that does. Don't act in ways that you'll later feel compelled to lie about. If fear, anger, or pride drive you, nature will make you compete. If courage, awareness, tranquility, and peace guide you, nature will support you. You'll inevitably upset people by doing what's right for you. Any thoughts about the future are illusions. Never trust a woman who tells you what you want to hear. Trust the one who tells you what you need to hear. Whatever is troubling you now won't last forever. Time changes everything, and this too shall pass. If you need more fingers than one hand to count your best friends, you might not be a great best friend yourself. The most potent aspect of youth is the lack of life experience to know what's impossible. At some point, you must forgive the past. Your happiness depends on it. There aren't many things worth caring about. The past is for reference, not residence, and for learning, not living. We're all born with two things: time, which varies in amount, and the ability to make choices. To see how you're spending yours, watch how others waste their time with poor choices and avoid repeating them. Don't correct people if you can just as easily let it go. You can be a negative or positive force in life, but only one will lead you forward. Life doesn't cater to your vision. You have to adapt. Nothing happens to anyone that they're not naturally equipped to handle. You won't remember the days and nights spent doing nothing. It's never too late to steer your life in a new direction, and even one day can be monumental. Life's lessons will repeat until they're learned. You won't become who you want to be until you're content with who you are. A different perspective changes how you see things, revealing insights you should have had long ago. If you're right but act obnoxiously about it, people won't see you as the good guy. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it's a quiet voice at the end of the day saying, "We'll try again tomorrow." Why let go of yesterday? Because yesterday has already let go of you. Don't spend your life dreaming of what could have been elsewhere or under different circumstances. Invest your energy in what's right in front of you. People often confuse stress with responsibility. In life, you only have to prove things to yourself. Accept things as they are. Life isn't about dwelling in the past or the future. It's about living in the present. It's not a lack of time. It's a lack of priority. Enjoy every moment of your life to the fullest. Your compromises and sacrifices will be rewarded. No one gets tired of loving. They get tired of waiting, hearing lies, assuming, apologizing, and hurting. Never keep people in your life who don't love and respect you as much as you do them. The desire to be better than someone else is the very reason you won't be. It's not about whether you get knocked down. It's about what you do when you get back up. A person must be big enough to admit their mistakes, smart enough to learn from them, and strong enough to fix them. Be the person you needed when you were younger. Aim to make small changes and learn something new every day, because there are always experiences to draw from for the future. Someone's opinion of you doesn't have to define your reality. Not everyone who speaks kindly to you is your friend. People are not inherently good or bad. They're just people. Experience, don't expect. Live, don't carry preconceived notions of how it should be. Wanting something isn't enough. You must hunger for it. Your motivation must be compelling to overcome the inevitable obstacles. Our lives are shaped by opportunities, even the ones we miss. Everyone reaches a point in life when they must let go of the past and move into something new. The only sad part is holding on to the past once it's gone. Change your perspective, and the things you see will change. Fill your mind with positive thoughts, and they will sustain you in any situation. You can never truly know someone unless you can inhabit their mind. You'll never fully understand their nature. It's not our abilities that reveal who we are, it's our choices. You teach people how to treat you, consciously or not. You're either part of the problem or part of the solution. Never attribute to malice what can be adequately explained by stupidity. You have to know when it's time to turn the page. Forgiving doesn't benefit the person who hurt you. It benefits you. If someone is trying to bring you down, it's a sign you're above them. Socializing is a skill like any other. You need practice to get good at it. Life is tough and can break your heart, but you have to be brave and do your best. Never shy away from an experience just because it's unknown or uncomfortable. It could be a defining and wonderful part of your life. Never look to the past, not for happiness, justification, or excuses. The world is as it is. You are as you are. Sometimes the right path is the hardest one. If you only blame others for your problems, don't expect your life to improve. Life is an experiment with potential for failure or success. Explore more, expect less. People don't forget. Nothing gets truly forgiven. Things are only impossible until they're not. Each defeat, heartbreak, and loss contains a lesson on how to improve your future. Don't prepare the road for your children. Prepare your children for the road. Don't be afraid because you don't have all the answers right away. You'll learn through experience and find your own path to happiness. Just because you got away with a bad decision doesn't make it a good one. Speak with caution. Even if someone forgives your harsh words, they may never forget them. Don't leave a legacy of pain and regret from words you never should have said. It's not your fault things are the way they are. Have faith in yourself, be brave, take risks. You don't need to have everything figured out to move forward. Accept responsibility for your life. Remember, it's you who will get you where you want to go, no one else. Make improvements, not excuses. Seek respect, not attention. Opportunities can become obstacles, and obstacles can become opportunities, depending on how the mind interprets them. If you're going to apologize, don't follow it with, but. Either mean it, or don't. There are more things likely to scare us than to crush us. We often suffer more in our imagination than in reality. All we have to decide is what to do with the time given to us. Life moves fast. If you don't stop and look around, you might miss it. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the container it's stored in than to anything it's poured on. Fake love can be very convincing in a world where real love is rare. You only lose what you hold onto too tightly. If you want to find happiness, find gratitude. Accept that things happen. They may not have a reason, and you may have no control over them, but accepting them is the first step to moving on. You'll never be able to please everyone, so don't base your life on being accepted by everyone. Don't rely on others to tell you how to be happy or what makes a good life. It's up to you to follow your heart and find happiness from there. Sometimes, the choice you make is less important than making a choice and committing to it. A denied expectation hurts more than a denied hope, while a fulfilled hope brings more joy than a fulfilled expectation. Don't worry about controlling your emotions, control your actions. Don't wait for good things to happen. Remember, there are no participation trophies in life. Go out and do something for yourself. Success comes from action. There's no shame in saying, I don't know. Nobody has all the answers. Pretending to be perfect doesn't make you perfect. Good people often marry the wrong people because they see the good in everyone. Even when success is a double-edged sword, it can turn anyone into a fool. If you're going to commit, give it your all. If not, don't bother starting. The true measure of success is how you navigate through adversity. I don't harbor hatred for people. I simply feel better in their absence. There are mornings when you doubt you'll make it, but then you chuckle, recalling all the times you felt that way before. We're here to defy the odds and live so vibrantly that death itself will hesitate to claim us. Beauty is fleeting and superficial. You're fortunate to be considered unattractive because it means people appreciate you for more substantial reasons. Humans are peculiar. They get irritated by trivial matters but seem oblivious to the monumental waste of their own lives. No one can rescue you but yourself, and you are worth the effort. It's a challenging battle, but if anything is worth fighting for, it's this. It's certainly possible to love someone without truly knowing them. Poor taste is a more common path to wealth than good taste. Your ambition is hampered by laziness. There's no better teacher than bouncing back from failure and pressing on. The less you require, the more content you'll be. We're all mortal, every single one of us. What a spectacle! That fact alone should foster love among us, yet it doesn't. Discover what you love and let it consume you. Life throws us constant challenges, and how we respond to them defines our character. You must endure several metaphorical deaths before you can truly live. Loneliness isn't confined to physical solitude. Braving the lion's den doesn't automatically make you courageous. There's always one woman who can save you from another, but in doing so, she prepares to devastate you. Money's only flaws are having too much or too little. Simplicity is the key to profound truths, in actions, writing, and art. Life is profound in its simplicity. Can you recall who you were before society molded you? If something ignites your soul with purpose and passion, it's your duty to let it transform you completely. Any other life would be a mundane addition to the annals of existence. There's nothing more frustrating than finishing a meal and finding no toilet paper. Even the most despicable person deserves basic comforts. Most people only consider injustice when it affects them personally. Solitude can be less daunting than we think, but it often takes years to realize this, and by then, it's usually too late. There's nothing worse than too late. If you're aware you're losing your soul, you still have a chance to save it. To genuinely impact the world, start by aiding one person at a time. Grandiose plans are often either too idealistic or politically driven. Love is a form of bias. We love what we need, what makes us feel good, and what is convenient. Why do women often covet the husbands of others? Why do horse thieves prefer a tamed horse over a wild one? Genius may be the ability to articulate profound ideas simply. Love is akin to a serious illness, one from which you never fully recover. We're like flowers that missed our chance to bloom, and life seems to have given up on us. Deep thinkers often struggle to fit in with the masses. Great works require solitude and isolation from their creators. The worst fate for a person is to develop a poor self-image. Friends highlight our potential. Enemies reveal our necessary growth. Destiny fulfills our desires, but in its own way, often giving us more than we asked for. Don't be overly emotional. A sensitive heart is a burden on this unstable planet. Many people neglect their finances until they're nearly depleted, and the same goes for their time. If you knew how infrequently we're truly understood, you'd speak less. Those who don't progress are regressing. A person's character is evident in how they treat the less fortunate. Mountains can only be climbed by winding paths. The rewards of achieving your goals are less significant than the person you become through the process. Treating someone as they are keeps them the same, but treating them as they could be helps them grow. The most ridiculous the desire to please everyone is itself a desire. Doubt can only be dispelled through action. Many parents inadvertently complicate their children's lives by trying too hard to simplify them. Talent is honed in silence, while character is forged in tumultuous times. Everything is challenging before it becomes effortless. If we each clean up our own mess, the world will be a cleaner place. Give someone a purpose worth living for, and they can endure any hardship. To be content with one's limitations is a pitiful state. Love is an ideal, marriage a reality. Time is sufficient for those who use it wisely. A rough estimate is better than a precise error. What is left undone today will never be completed tomorrow. Seize a good mood. It seldom comes our way. Everyone aspires to be someone, but no one wants to grow. Some people never err because they avoid action. Nothing is more valuable than the present day. A man's character is revealed by what he finds amusing. One's abilities remain unknown until they are put to use. How you perceive others influences how you treat them, and in turn, shapes who they become. True greatness starts with recognizing your own insignificance. The most hopeless slaves are those who believe they are free from chains. Intelligence is not about knowing much, but about knowing oneself. The best governance teaches self-governance. Certainty comes with ignorance. Doubt grows with knowledge. A person's manners reflect their character. To keep a secret, one must conceal the fact that they have one. Ingratitude is a form of weakness. Exceptional individuals are never ungrateful. We only hear what we understand. Traveling abroad reveals the value of what we have at home. Divide and conquer is a wise strategy, but unite and lead is superior. Knowledge is insufficient without application. Willingness is insufficient without action. To achieve his full potential, a man must believe in his greatness. A life lived in joy with others' happiness is a true life. Self-trust is the key to knowing how to live. Our direction is more important than our current position. Art bridges the gap between the unspeakable and the spoken. We are sustained by the past, yet it also destroys us. The longer one lives alone, the less appealing crowds become, and the less one needs others to fill the silence, finding peace in the whispers of solitude. Correction is helpful, but encouragement is more so. Life is the best teacher, surpassing books and speeches. The most damaging thieves are fools, who steal our time and mood. If someone despises me, that is their issue. Realize that you possess something within you that is more powerful and miraculous than any external influence. Act with care, speak with clarity, and think with precision. Regardless of what others say or do, my duty is to be good, not to be swayed, but to act justly and see things as they are. Do not assume something is impossible just because it seems hard. Recognize that if it's humanly possible, you can achieve it too. Do not let others impede your progress. Life's objective is not to align with the majority but to avoid the ranks of the irrational. Stay in the present. The first rule is to maintain a peaceful spirit. The second is to face reality. Never value something that would make you break your word or lose your self-respect. Accept without pride, let go without attachment. You have control over your mind, not external events. Understanding this brings strength. Be lenient with others and strict with yourself. Engage in life's purpose, abandon empty hopes, and take an active role in your own salvation. Change is the birthplace of all things. Cease allowing your mind to be enslaved by selfish desires, to resist fate, and to doubt the future. The responsibility is mine alone. No one can prevent me from being honest or direct. Consider yourself as having lived your life. Now take what remains and live it well. Learn to be indifferent to what does not matter. The struggle is immense, the task divine. To achieve mastery, freedom, happiness, and peace. Courtesy and kindness are my defining traits. Today, I escaped anxiety, or rather, I discarded it, for it was within me, in my perceptions, not outside. There is no more tranquil and trouble-free retreat than one's own mind. Constantly retreat there to rejuvenate yourself. True fortune is self-made. Good fortune, good character, good intentions, and good deeds. I can lead a good life by helping others or aiding them in their endeavors. This is my purpose. Contemplate the vastness of time and your brief, almost fleeting, part in it. Consider the workings of fate and your minuscule role within it. The responsibility is mine alone. No one can prevent me from being honest or direct. To love only what happens is the greatest harmony. My life's happiness depends on the quality of my thoughts. Time is limited. If you don't use it to liberate yourself, it will be gone forever. There's no need to fret or trouble your soul over things you can't control. These things do not seek your judgment. Leave them be. Why feel anger at the world, as if it would notice? Be steadfast like the cliff against the relentless waves. Do what is right, speak what is true. If you are distressed by external things, the pain is not in the things themselves but in your perception of them, which you have the power to change at any moment. Your days are numbered. Use them to open your soul to the sun. If you do not, the sun will set, and you with it. The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy. Do not dwell on dreams of having what you lack, but appreciate the blessings you have and remember how you would long for them if they were not yours. Your thoughts determine the quality of your mind. Your soul adopts the color of your thoughts. Just because something seems difficult to you, don't assume it's impossible for others. Never remind people of your existence. Those who value you will remember, and the rest are inconsequential. Harmed, choose not to be, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. Do not live as if you will exist for 10,000 years. Death looms over you. While you are alive and able, be good. It is not death that one should fear, but the failure to start living. Remember this rule for the future. When something tempts you to bitterness, know that it is not misfortune, but bearing it well is good fortune. When you wake in the morning, consider it a privilege to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to receive great videos every day from the Quotes of Stoic channel. Goodbye and see you again.